Yeah, let us continue. I think the question 25, right? The question was, how do we differentiate between locally acting antidiarrheals from systemic acting agents, right? So, who knows the answer? Who remembers how we describe them?
So what
Locally acting, yeah.
Locally, it works within just the G.I.T part, like where you need the buffer systemic. It goes throughout the body. That's the layman. Okay. But let me now give you your pharmacology.
And that's what I want to
do.
Don't open. I like to play. You remember?
Let me try. They are spelling my book. I can. But yes, it's kind of similar. Like the systemic, it works on the nervous system. So the nervous system is the one that will control the activity, the movement. Though it's not only the G.I.T that will be affected, every other aspect of the body, yes, part of the body, in which it will reduce the secretions into those areas. So, let me ask anti-diarrhea now, yes. Let me ask to reduce secretions. You see that local? It can only work for that part, like I've said the other time. And some bacteria they are that part is going to kill it and work for it, but not others in the body. But for the systemic, that system is
okay. So because of our time, right? The time is the major difference is the systemic acting antidiarrheals will work by inhibiting the autonomic nervous system. So when you block that vagus nerve, the acetylcholine, that will be the neurotransmitter that is released there. So through that, what you end up doing is what? You block motility and you block secretion. So since a person has diarrhea, by blocking motility, you reduce what? Hypermotility of G.I.T, you slow down peristalsis. Then by also inhibiting secretions too, whatever is in the stomach tend to stay longer, right? That is for systemic acting agent. Now, for locally acting agent, what we said was what? Locally acting agent they do two things. When you look at them, one is that what? They absorb fluid. They absorb fluid. So by absorbing fluid, you now have a formed stool. That is first one. The second thing they do is that they absorb irritant, which should be solid. So they absorb a liquid matter, they absorb solid matter. So which can be the irritant, the maybe food poisoning or bacteria. So when you do that, it is better in case of food poisoning because you don't just need the gut movement in the gut to slow down. You also want to get rid of whatever the irritant was. So at times it might also, and you also want to reduce the number of side effects you produce. So using a locally acting antidiarrhea might be much better than using a systemic agent that tends to shut down the whole of the G.I.T and other systems, the urinary system, other systems. So that's mentioned that what locally acting agent like what the pectin, psyllium or activated charcoal absorb excess water and also absorb irritant to cause a formed stool, while systemic acting agents will act with the ANS to reduce peristalsis and also motility in the G.I.T. So that's that. Let's take note of that. Number 26 now. Nomotil contains 2.5 milligram and 0.25 milligram respectively of what and what? Diphenhexylate and what? And atropine. Atropine is anticholinergic, right? Muscarinic receptor. The diphenhexylate is more or less like has analgesic properties. So number 27, we have emesis. Emesis results from activation of the vomiting center, right? Which receive its principal stimulatory input from where? Where do what triggers emesis? That is the point. What triggers emesis? So essentially, we have the vomiting center around your medulla oblongata. Also have the CT. So we are now looking at where do the stimuli comes from majorly. Where do they come from? From the CTZ. chemoreceptor trigger zone is a major area there. From the cerebral cortex. Okay. We also have from the inner ear, labyrinth, right? From the inner ear, motion sickness. So, although we also have some that comes from the periphery, maybe from the intestine that pull up, but majorly we have from the cerebral cortex, from the inner ear, from the CTZ, chemoreceptor trigger zones. Those are the major or the three major areas where you have MS triggered from. We have here ondansetron, which are the most effective antiemetics available. Belongs to which drug class? Serotonin antagonists. They are antagonists of serotonin. So now 29 to suppress CINV is what? Chemotherapy induced nausea and vomiting. Drug combination is better than what? Than monotherapy. Like when you combine, giving more than one drug is better than giving one drug. Drug combination is better than what? Monotherapy. And also, antiemetics must be given before chemotherapy to prevent emesis. Right? So it's better you give the antiemetics before than after to get the best, a much more clinical effect. The last question there, question 30. What is an example of a prokinetic agent is what? Metoclopramide. So prokinetics means that what do we use it for? What was the indication for metoclopramide?
Nausea and vomiting.
Nausea and vomiting. So as a prokinetic agent, does it increase peristalsis? Will it increase peristalsis?
No, it decreases.
Are you sure?
It increases
Prokinetic. It should increase movement too, in a way. It should improve movement too, right? Beyond the fact that as an antiemetic agent. So, okay, that is that. So, thank you. Let's end our class there. So quickly, we are done with